I have sat and I have bided my time and I have observed, I have listened, I have watched, I have read. The government, led by Prime Minister Andrew Holness and one Robert Bobby Montague, has been vehemently and vociferously at every chance they get, stating, declaring that there will be no bauxite mining taking place in designated protected areas of the cockpit country. But therein lies the first problem. As far as I am concerned, the entire cockpit country should be a designated protected area simply because of the geological, ecological, biological, and cultural importance of the cockpit country. Just an overview. So in light of public concerns regarding mining in the cockpit country, the area is rich in biodiversity, having 37 of Jamaica's 60 species of amphibians. Amphibians are animals that can survive on land and in water. And reptiles, 37 of 60 species in a peat. And of the 106 vascular plant species found there, 101 are endemic to the area. You don't find them nowhere else in our country. The cockpit country is also known for its karst limestone landscape. And karst limestone landscape developed over thousands of years as carbonation and solution act on limestone. Also, apart from the karst limestone landscape, it is also responsible for 40% of the island's surface water. Some more background. On April the 1st, 2004, April the 1st is ironically celebrated as All Fools Day in Jamaica. The People's National Party administration of the day issued a 26-year SML, special mining lease to Noranda JA Bauxite partners. Now, very quickly after that, word emerged that the company was prospecting the cockpit country as a possible mine location. Many stakeholder groups have voiced their concern and in some instances protested publicly against any proposed mining in the cockpit country. Now, as a result, successive governments have sought to justify mining in the area with the establishment of the CCPA, the Cockpit Country Protection Area. So part of St. James, part of Trelawney, part of St. Anne, part of St. Elizabeth, part of Manchester. You so much parish, the cockpit country span. All the area where you are seeing a green here, so, is the area that has been designated by the government of Jamaica as the cockpit country protected area. But I'm going to show you one next map. This map shows that many areas that have been traditionally accepted as part of the cockpit country has not been incorporated or included in the government protected area, including places here. So when I see places like Alps and Ulster Spring and Wat Town and Wait a Bit, them the place there in Stewart Town and Magati, them the place in the new protected cockpit country area, you know. And from I was born, growing up, I have been hearing about places like Alps and them places. Knowing say those places are part of the cockpit country. So it is common knowledge that them places here, Alps and Ulster Spring and Albert Town and Wait a Bit and the whole of them places there. Bryan Castle and Gibraltar and Stewart Town and Magati and Sawyers are all communities that make up the established cockpit country. However, if you look upon the area protected now, you see where you see SML 173 and 172, those are the places where wait a bit, where Alps and them place the day, you know. So them community they know, in it. Look on this picture right here. So you see the black dots, those lines demarcate the boundary that has been suggested by the cockpit country stakeholder group, who say this the cockpit country boundary really there. And you realize upon that diagram, you know, all of them places there, Alps, Stewart Town, Gibraltar, Bryan's Castle, Wait a Bit, all of them places there, Ulster Spring are a part of the Cockpit Country. A lot of people has gone in the Cockpit Country. UWE, the Forestry Department, all sort of people, and every group has created one place for themselves. So you have the UWE boundary is the red boundary. So that's what UWE say the Cockpit Country is. So you will left around town, go down to Chula and go tell people where Cockpit Country is. Alright? The botanical boundary in a pink. You have the forestry reserve in a green, lime green. You have one next one in a blue. But the one I'm interested in is the one in a black. The people them were born and grew in a Cockpit Country say Walla Bogue and Balaclava and them place there, and Laurie Mears and Coffee Ridge and Anian Town. All of them place there in a Cockpit Country. The government say, oh no. The government say this are the Cockpit Country protected area. See it there? That little green something there. You see where the problem lies now? No, this is the issue. Zane, the issue is, look at SML 172. Make sure you can see it here, so. And 165. Those are the two areas we are focused on right now. So see cockpit, the green area where them say the Cockpit Country protected area. The SML means special mining license. Special mining license would have been granted for sector 172 and sector 165. Now look at the proximity, and 173 is of importance also. Them claims that the mining now go on there, so, but we don't trust people. Look how close sector 172 and 165 is to the area, the local area where them designated as a Cockpit Country. Them say 74,000 hectares. Common sense would suggest to me that if you mine in sector 172 and sector 165, based on their proximity to the Cockpit Country protected area where UNO say protected, based on the geology of the rocks, which are permeable rocks, it simply means that underground water supply may become contaminated. It simply means that mining at 172 and 165 will significantly impact the geological, the biological, the hydrological, and the ecological environment of the Cockpit Country. Who, in the first place, thought it cute to grant Noranda license for prospect and potentially mine the Cockpit Country? So mark you, mining will happen. However, how the hell can you think it wise to allow mining in the Cockpit Country? I saw the Cabinet Secretary and Senator Robert Nesta Morgan. He had a thread about the Cockpit Country on Twitter recently. And he made a few statements that are so profound, me not even know if he realize what he really has said. In one of the statements, him said, some did not know that the only established boundary of the Cockpit Country is what the government of Jamaica defined as the Cockpit Country protected area. That little area there. Basically what that statement is saying is that all along we talk about Cockpit Country, we chat half a month. Because the only protected area where them recognize is what the government established as the CCPA. That black line, you know, where the people them are born and grow in a Cockpit Country, I say a Cockpit Country, then say them for go with that is basically that them say. Because them say the only line them recognize, you see, is for them green line. Then now the other statement were really and truly I'm a woman in my head. He said every group, basically before him said this, so let me go into the context. Him said the information has been there, but some people not willing to go look the information, but them willing to criticize. Every group, whether it is UWE, whether it is the Forestry Department, whether it is the Cockpit Country stakeholders group, or the government, every group defines it, which is the boundary, in their own way for their own purposes. Just like how the government has defined it in a them own way for them own purposes, simply to make some money out of mining bauxite while destroying the most delicate ecological zone in the country. I am not against development, but as a teacher of geography and as somebody who is qualified in geography and environmental studies, it would be remiss of me, and as a concerned Jamaican, as somebody who would want to think is fairly sensible, as a sensible concerned Jamaican, knowing the importance of the cockpit country, I cannot, for any reason at all, accept any idea or notion of mining in the cockpit country. And I am not against development. However, I am all for sustainable development. There are some questions I may ask in the video. 1. Why would a special mining lease be granted for the cockpit country? Or, not only the cockpit country, now listen to this, or adjoining areas close to the cockpit country. You don't have to go down this one at all, brother. Much less near it. To begin with, why was the, the lease granted for that area in the first place? Knowing it's hydrological, it's geological, it's biological, ecological, and cultural importance to the nation. 172 and 165. The government is saying that at them 2 areas the mining are going to take place in. According to the government, the company's bauxite mining activities are confined to 2 areas. SML 172 right here saying a pink, and SML 165, that big old area here, sir, which are not part of the area to be protected as the cockpit country protected zone. These areas are seen, this is me now, this is me, not them. However, these areas are seen as part of the general cockpit country. Remember me show you what we think the cockpit country is already, you know. You see all from Magati to Larimere's down here, so Alps and also all of them areas in our cockpit country as far as I'm concerned. However, these areas are seen as part of the general cockpit country, and many argue that they are too close to the protected zone to avoid hydrological, geological, and ecological damage to the immediate environment. I want you to pay attention to that blue area there, SML 173. Watch out now. A third area, SML 173, adjoins the area to be protected. So it's very close to the area where they must say they're going to protect the 74,000 hectares. Where them say about 10% of Jamaica's land area. So a third area has been given a special mining lease. Them get it, you know. Remember, anyway, say SML mean a special mining lease has already been granted. See? But them say no mining is taking place in that area. That are them. This is me now. Okay. But will mining be allowed to take place there eventually? The government asserts that an environmental impact study has been commissioned in keeping with the requirements of the license to determine whether or not mining can be done in the area. So watch me now, peeps. 173. Listen what the government has said. They have commissioned, the government has commissioned an environmental impact study to find out whether or not them can mine in a 173 right on the step of the cockpit country protected area as them create it. So no mining not go on it, you know, but they are doing an environmental impact study to figure out if them can mine, yes sir. So 170, so them a mine 172 you in a red, so, and 165 in a purple. Them now are do impact study to see if they can mine 173. So if they go mine 173, might as well then come with part Trillani there, so come mine that thing, you know, brother. Because if you mine here, so any at all, the ecosystem, the hydrology of the area, the water underground table, the biodiversity, everything will be affected. What kind of environmental impact study you do for 173? The number 2 say, are areas 165 and 172 not part of the area generally accepted as a cockpit country? And why were they excluded? Because 173 and Alps and them places they say I look upon in a Stuart Town and them places there, you know. So why were these 2 areas excluded from the protected area when these areas have traditionally, historically been a part of the cockpit country? See them in Alps, Ulster Spring, Magati Hall, Sawyers, and them places there, 172 and them places in there, you know. Why were these places not involved? You know why? Because apparently, when they did their ground truthing exercise, it suggested to them that the quality of bauxite in this area is a very high grade, so them are going to exclude the area there. So that's a question number 2. Why would they exclude area 172 and 165 and 173 from the protected area? Knowing to them people that grew up, say them live in a cockpit country. Why are they not in the protected area? Why is mining taking place when the cockpit country protected area has not yet been gazetted by law? So you see that grey line where them have in that encircle that green area where them say that has not been gazetted by law, you know. So that is not a thing yet, you know. That are just what them must say for advance them cars. This is not law. So why is prospecting and mining taking place in 172 and 165 when the protected area itself has not yet been gazetted by law? Question 4. Is it wise to mine areas so close to the so-called protected area, knowing fully well the environmental impact of mining? Isn't this like saying you will be safe in the suburbs because crime only affects the urban areas? So if you're going to tell me say it is safe to mine here, and here are go safe, crap. It's like you tell me say, look here, if you come here so come live, which is on the outskirts of Kingston, where Kingston there so crime now going to affect you because you're in the suburbs. Rubbish. Question number 5. You claim say you understand the importance of the cockpit country in terms of geology, hydrology, ecology, biology, and history. How on earth you who claim to be so informed can one exclude these areas to begin with? And not only that, if you are going to mine in the cockpit country outside of where you are protected, would it not be wise to create a buffer zone? So we say, okay, if this is a protected area, there must be a 10-mile radius that you don't encroach upon between Yasso and the protected area. So why was there no consideration of a buffer zone to the CCPA to protect the entire ecosystem? Why? Because I want to look in the papers. I want to see what go on here. So you see the protected area, so you have special mining lease 170. So we only have focus on 172, 165 and 173 for the time being, you know. But look pan around here, so 541. But numbers are all about, you know. So not just look pan, just you see, you know. So what will happen to SML 17 in the future? There's no buffer zone for SML 70 and the protected area now. So we're going to stop them from mining that area in the future. Number 6 is a temporary pursuit of monetary gains worth possible irreparable damage to the most ecologically diverse and important area of the country. So 10 years again for destroying 1,000 years of importance and relevance. And number 7. Can the government be trusted? What guarantees are there to ensure that this proposed 74,000 hectares, as little as it is, remains 74,000? So that are the situation facing the cockpit country. Zin, then you hear them, you know, because you think them easy. They must say, if them expand, let me tell you what they must say. Them not easy, you know. They must say, if them expand the area where them protected already, to the black line where people want, yam farmers will suffer. Because if the area is protected, it means you can't clear the land to farm the land. You understand? May I say that again, slowly. If the area becomes protected and gazetted by law, it means that farmers who operate in the area can no longer farm because they cannot clear the land to cultivate. You understand what I say? So they are suggesting now that if they should extend the boundary where them create, which is this boundary, them say if them extend the boundary to the south, yam farmers would be placed in a position where them can no longer farm. The man them must say if them move beyond the 74 hectares and the boundaries where them established already, yam farmers, and most of the yam we eat in the country grow in the belt here, south of the place here, can't farm no more. So what going to happen to yam farmers? Well, my question is, if the boundary is not extended, what will happen to yam farmers when tractor come clear the land for mine it? What is going to happen to the farmers when mining start take place? It's simple maths and simple solution. I know someone watching now. I know someone good as I call me idiot too, but that is alright. The simple solution is this. I want you to follow me. You see that boundary here? Outside of this boundary now, you have a buffer zone or a belt. And you say, man, we plant yam farming on a belt there. Argument done. All you simple need for do is to create a belt for farming. And say farmers want to have X amount of land on the outskirts of the protected area to farm on a yam. The man them say what will happen to the farmer them if them extend it. What will happen to the farmers if you don't extend it? That is the question me ask you. When tractors come clear down all of the land them with them farm pan, what will happen to them? Peeps, the Cockpit Country is something that every well-thinking Jamaican who is not partisan and tribalistic in them thinking, who wants what is best for the future of this country and not just for the short term but for the long term, this is something that you need to understand its importance. That you don't even take what me say, no. Go do the research yourself, understand the importance of the Cockpit Country, understand what we stand to lose should mining be allowed to take place in the Cockpit Country. Edify yourself so you can join the cause and add your voice to the situation. Because this might not affect you and me, you know. But what about our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren? For what? Bauxite? Bauxite not even a valued family. There's this gentleman who did a video, one Rasta brother. I don't know him name. He made some brilliant points in the video. But I cannot agree with the video being done because he was most disrespectful in the video. There are many ways to voice it. I have voiced my opinion. I don't disrespect nobody. So it was very distasteful. We can voice our opinion in a civil, intelligent way, and people will listen. And each voice that is added to the protest is an important voice. You ever hear them say unity is strength, family? But some of us will be divided because of political allegiance, because of political tribalism and political partisan ways. Just so we are going to draw the line, you know? We now draw the line on what is important, but crap. That is one of the fundamental reasons why we continue to stagnate in this quagmire as a country. Because everything is politics. Nothing is about the real issues. It's about the politics and who support who. The Cockpit Country thing, it should have never begin. I'm telling you, know, if we sit idly by, you see all the 74,000 hectares with them claim about are got protected, kind of protected yet, you know. Because it has not been gazetted. All that are going to disappear. Because they're not easy, you know. You give them an inch, them take a mile, family.